Hi,
Hi,
Sunil.
Mavis.
Hi,
How,
nice to see you. How are
nice
you
to see you
today?
too. Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Um, we are going to start. Thank you for joining me here.
My
Um,
pleasure.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Zeifmans Non-Resident Digital Event Series, High Net Worth Edition, Legacy, Preservation, and Optimization. I am Mavis Wu. I'm a manager at Zeifmans. Today, I'm going to have an interview with Sunil Kapadia, private banker from RBC Wealth Management. I encourage everyone to please send us your questions throughout the interview, and we will try to answer your questions at the end of the session. Before we start the interview, I would like to tell you something about Zeifmans. Zeifmans is a full-services accounting, taxation, and consulting firm located in Toronto, Canada. Our team of professional advisors goes beyond accounting to act as your family CFO, overseeing all your financial affairs and partnering with your lawyer, banker, insurance broker, real estate agent, and investment advisor to simplify your life. Now I would like to formally introduce Sunil Kapadia. Sunil, can you please tell us something about yourself and what you do?
Thank you, Mavis. Yes, I'm Sunil Kapadia. I work with Royal Bank of Canada, private banking on the international team. I am working in this role since last 11 years, and I work with clients who are non-residents, primarily non-residents of Canada, and most of my clients are very high net worth or family offices.
That's nice. Sunil, could you please tell us about the banking packages that RBC has for high net worth non-residents?
See, Mavis, our approach at RBC for private banking is very planning-based approach rather than selling packages. But yes, what we do is we plan for our clients, and our services primarily include four different verticals, which are international banking, so the whole banking part of it, international investments, so investments for clients globally, international credits, so we lend, so credit to international clients, and fourth, very important one, is international estate planning, because our clients are all over globally, so we do a lot of estate planning for our clients. So basically that that is primarily the private banking offering globally. But for international clients, there are more international variants to it, which I will later on explain. But in a nutshell, that's what we offer to our clients.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. It's very helpful information that we can share with our clients and connections. I know you have a lot of experience in investing money for your client. So can you please tell us, when you invest monies for your clients, do you do it differently for clients that is resident versus non-residents? Can you please just tell us more about this?
Yes. So see, for private bank, we have a whole private banking domestic department which handles clients who are residents of Canada. Whereas we have a small department which is within that private banking which handles only the international clients. That's where I work. Now, on international side, the planning requirement, like say, for example, I'll just give you, the requirements are so different compared to the resident client. A client who's based in UK, for example, when we are dealing with a client like that, we have to take into consideration the laws, the taxation laws, the estate laws of UK. So for example, there is a huge estate duty, estate tax in UK. So we have to take into consideration those aspects for client. US, when we are dealing with US clients, there is an estate tax. So what we do is we bring in our experts globally. So that's my role, basically. Understanding the client, identifying their needs, what is required on the international side, and bringing in the experts globally. So another thing would be like, say, as you mentioned about investments. So investments for non-resident clients, they can invest in Canada. We can offer them our offshore Dominion Securities International, which is based in Cayman Island. So we bring in the Cayman expert in the relationship who would manage the investment portfolio of the client in Cayman.
Yeah, that's very informative. Thank you. So do you normally recommend that funds are kept within Canada, or should be kept in the country where they live?
See, usually when they come to us,
Mm-hmm.
they want to invest in Canada. That's why they would come to us. A client in US would come here, which we saw a great deal of influx during the 2008-2009 financial crisis, when the US banks were a little bit, people were worried in the US about the US banks. So that's the time when we saw a lot of clients coming to Canada, and they would want to invest in Canada.
Yes, that's good.
Similarly, if someone is coming or going to migrate from Asia, for example, and is planning to migrate but wants to prepare 2-3 years down beforehand, especially the Asian, we have an Asian team also, so they would look at the investments for them from Asia, but it's more Canada centric. That's why they come to us, right?
Yeah.
But we have the option, as I had mentioned before, that if the client wants to invest and wants to keep the assets, they want to do business with RBC but want to keep the assets in offshore, then yes, we have offshore services in Cayman, Channel Islands, which we offer to the clients.
Thank you. That's good. So in your opinion, how do tax treaties become relevant when working with non-resident investments?
See, we work only with non-residents, so it's imperative for us to understand the tax treaties of especially the major countries where we work with, which is US and UK is where most of my clients are. So for me, it's very important to understand, okay, so there is, for example, beyond a certain limit, there is an estate tax in US, there is an estate tax in UK. So we have to understand to plan for the client. It helps us in the planning process for the client. But at the same time, I would like to clarify, we are not allowed and we do not provide tax advice. So once we understand that this is a US-centric client wanting this particular advice, we would bring in, for example, Zeifmans or a Pricewaterhouse. So we know who the experts are in that particular field. So we would bring them in our relationship, and they would provide the tax advice.
Yeah, definitely. We need a diverse expertise.
And we are not legally allowed to,
yeah,
and we don't give tax advice, but we bring in experts like Zeifmans to help the clients. Yeah. So because the client is sitting in the US or UK, they do not have the network here, which we would have. So we bring in, it's basically a teamwork. We are quarterbacks. So we bring in the team of lawyers, of tax advisors for our clients who are offshore.
Yeah, since we are talking about network, right? So how does RBC use their network of global offices to help non-resident clients to achieve the financial goals?
Yes. So see, that's my job. My morning starts like that. Like I work with, we have offices in 32 countries. So and most of my work is based on where my clients are. So I have a lot of US, UK clients in Western Europe. So I work a lot with our US office, UK office, Channel Island office. So if a client comes to us, wants to do business in Canada, but there is a need for the client to set up an offshore structure in Channel Islands, so I bring in my Channel Island trust expert, and we provide that service to the client. So we leverage, and we have something within RBC in our bank, which we call one RBC. So that concept, what it means is when a client deals with me, for example, I am the private banker, the services of global RBC, so RBC UK, RBC US, RBC Channel Island, Cayman Island, Hong Kong, wherever we have our office, it is my responsibility to bring in the whole gamut of services globally to that client. And as per his investment objective, his need, where we feel, we bring in that expert. So the client deals only with me. The client knows there's a prime relationship manager whom the client works with, but gets the whole RBC to service him or her. So that one RBC concept is, I would say, quite phenomenal.
That's good. Yeah, I can see with a strong network, you are able to connect with the right person with the right knowledge and experience. That is
Yes.
really helpful. Yeah. So I want to know what financial compliance issues do non-residents need to be aware of when they are dealing with financial institutions?
See, as you might be aware, all private banking private banks globally, there is a requirement for KYC right now, right? And especially on the non-resident side, when we are dealing with international clients who are not residing in Canada, the onboarding process, the KYC process is very in-depth, very detailed, because we have to know. Sometimes client might not come here also, right? Most of the time, initially, the clients don't come. We visit the clients once a year, but when they are opening the accounts, we might not meet also. So it's very important for us to know the client in depth. So our due diligence is quite in depth for the client, the source of wealth, everything about the client, financial information, as well as the personal information. The compliance requires us to do that, and all banks in Canada. So that is in depth, but that also helps us in understanding the client's financial needs. It helps us in our planning process because we have the whole information beforehand when we onboard the client. So, but yes, we ask for a lot of information, and most of the banks do. But on the international side, it is more so than domestics.
Yeah, I personally also benefit from the information you just shared. That is from an accountant's perspective, is also very useful information. So my last question is, can you please tell us what loan programs and what mortgage options are available for non-residents?
Yes. So as we deal with non-residents, each countries have different regulation for different products. So just to give you again an example, United States, if you go to the US, or if a US resident goes to US and goes to a bank for a mortgage, it will take at least 1 month to approve the mortgage and provide the mortgage to the client. Whereas in Canada, it takes maximum 1 week if all the documents are provided to us. Within a week, we can turn around and the client has the mortgage approved and ready. Similarly, for loans, in the US, if a client wants a portfolio loan, by that I mean by collateralizing the investment portfolio of the client, the bank provides a loan. It is instant. Within a day or two, the client will get the loan. Whereas vice versa, in Canada, especially after the financial crisis, our requirements are very stringent for portfolio loans. So we would ask for the income verification and a lot of other information which the US counterparts don't ask for. They do asset-based lending, whereas in Canada, we do not do asset-based lending, especially on the loans. portfolio loan. So it depends, everything depends on the regulation of each country for different products. But again, the answer to your question in a very concise manner is yes, we have loans and mortgages in place for non-residents, and we provide them, yes.
That's good. Good to know that RBC has the options, so many options available. So before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts that you can share with us?
Yes, so what we do is a very niche service which we provide to non-residents of Canada, and not all banks provide these services. What we do, we provide a total financial planning, in-depth service where we bring in the whole global RBC to that particular client. And we also include the lawyers and tax consultants who are external lawyers and external tax consultants, as I said, like Zeifmans, the Big Four. So we provide everything to the client. We bring in the whole team together to the client who's sitting 5,000 miles away. So that's a very important service which RBC provides. And every year, we go and visit our clients at least once a year to do a strategic annual review. So this is something which is quite unique in Canada, and RBC provides that, and we are happy to help any of your clients for that.
That's good. Thank you. We have covered a lot today. Thank you, Sunil, for sharing your thoughts and your experience with us. I personally benefit a lot from the information you share.
Thank you, Mavis, and thank you, Zeifmans.
Thank you. And also would like to thank everyone who joined today. If anyone has any questions for us or for Sunil, please click the link in our bio to contact us. And don't go away. Join us at 11:30 a.m. My colleague Alina Benish will be going live with Michael Dawson from Pulaski Flynn. Thank you, Sunil, and thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, Mavis. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.